Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? I am here with another Creator Hangout. Now, normally, what we do with these Creator Hangouts is we promote Kickstarter books. We promote the latest and greatest at Kickstarter because I'm a huge Kickstarter advocator. I love doing things at Kickstarter. There's some great books on there right now. If you haven't picked some up, our friend Rich Woodall's on there doing some stuff. I'm sure Pat Shan's on it with 4 books. You know, everybody's doing some cool stuff. But that's not what we're here tonight. Tonight, we're here to talk about Diamond. So a lot of you people go to comic stores and pick up books. And I happen to be live on one in Diamond Previews right now. I have some friends who are live on Previews. So we're going to talk about those because you're going to the store tomorrow. Why don't you put these books on your order? So we're going to talk about each of them, give it a little fun, and hopefully get some books ordered and add some subs. So that's what we're going to do. Check out the comments before I invite all of our great guests. Gambit, love the intro video. In fact, speaking of the interview, I just paid for someone to make me a new one, but it was not ready tonight, which is so upsetting. It was so close, but it's not there. But next time you see it, we'll have a brand new intro, which will be really cool. John says, what's up? Ghost, what's up? John is also live right now with Drumsticks of Doom is trade. So let me invite all of our cool guests who have really cool books on in the Diamond Previews right now. First, we have Joseph Smelky. How are you, Joe?
How's it going?
Good. I see the Black Lagoon hat. Are you excited about the announcement of the Return of the Black Lagoon comic coming?
I just saw that on Instagram today. Yeah, I anything horror, I'm into it. So yeah, and I love Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I'm working on a public domain book, and I was really sad to find out he's not in public domain. And what? All the other ones are, but not that one. We also got my good buddy Jonathan Hendrick. How are you, good sir?
Good. How are you doing, Travis?
Well. I'm glad that you got the night off and you can spend time with us. John works the strangest hours all the time. Yes. You never know when he's working or doing comedy.
Exactly.
So glad you're here tonight. I'm really happy. We've got the dynamic duo of Matt and Steph.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Travis? Thanks for having us on tonight.
No problem. Have you never done film school? You don't know about Headroom? What's going on there, Matt? Come on.
We're not trying to. It's the thing that, it's just because I'm really tall and she's not as tall as me. And so we're trying to figure out a way to get us both in the same camera view at the same time.
Sure. You just need a widescreen camera somehow. I don't know how that's going.
We need a widescreen camera that goes this direction, and we'll be able to get it. That's the issue.
You need everyone to get on their cell phones to accommodate you guys, is basically.
It's kind of like when they filmed Lord of the Rings, they did the perspective shots to make the hobbits look really small. We're kind of like in our own live perspective shot.
Right. We've got my good friend CJ Hudson. How are you, CJ?
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
What is wild about you is last time I was in Diamond, I had you for issue 1, and we're going to talk about issue 4 today. Which is good. Somebody's crinkling up there. But it's wild. We've got another guest coming on, and then there's some invites out for a couple other people. So people will be here. We'll be hanging out all night. Not all night. We'll be hanging out for a little bit and getting all these books taken care of and talking about them. So let's start out strong with my boy Joseph. Joseph, we're on year 2 of this book.
Yeah. So 7 Years in Darkness, year 2, number 1. And I learned over the last couple months that even though it's part of the 7 Years in Darkness storyline, when you alter anything about the title, both Diamond and Lunar consider it a brand new book. So if you've already subscribed to the original 7 Years in Darkness, you'd have to resubscribe to year 2. But so it's the continuing story. The kids are getting a little bit older, the ones that have survived. And this year focuses on a new group of students. So, and the protagonist of the year is a girl called Honey. And she, in this first issue, you can tell something witchy is happening with her. She becomes possessed. So she's the primary focus of this year. Chaos ensues, and it starts off pretty messy and bloody for this issue. I figured to kick up the stakes a little bit more as the kids get older. So there you go.
Well, and then the other thing is I know it's already past previous orders, but the collected book is pretty soon, right?
So there's a couple of things going on with the title. So CEX is run by Andy Schmidt, who also runs ONI Printing, which is a Korean printing company. And he runs comic book experience online courses and stuff like that for anybody that wants to break in. So this is his publishing branch. He brought this to a book retailer, and they've asked that we change the title. So on the book market, we're getting a whole new title for this series, and it's called The Academy of Black Magic. And the first volume will be coming out in June. And comic book stores will be getting 7 Years in Darkness year one. So there is a collected edition, but it has only 4 issues in it. The full first issue is actually 5 issues. The one that's missing is the Shamir Worm. And then the format of the book, it's going to have some extras in it as well, but we're also trying to keep it at a reasonable price point. I think they're looking at like $15 or $20 to keep the price low for a trade. And it will be digest size as well. So it's like a 6x9, and it will be in the YA section of bookstores.
Nice. And this, these are it's on Diamond, and these are the 2 covers. Both of them are killer. And
Oh, there's a third cover. Well, there's 4 covers for this. There's a 1 in 10 that's done by Jason Sean Alexander.
Okay.
And I colored the 1 in 10. He sent me just the black and whites, so I kept that the way that he sent it to me, and that's a 1 in 25 as well.
So if you guys order like through the app, you guys can see those. They don't show them on the Diamond Preview catalog because that's just bad business. But that's what they do. But yeah, here's the 2 that you can see here, which is really cool. And I will tell you, you got to pre-order this book. They sell out fast. It took me forever to get volume number 2. For some reason, I didn't get on my pull ship. I got number 1. It took me forever to get volume 2. It took me almost half a year to get it because it kept being sold out. Second prints were sold out. It was crazy. So make sure you add this and don't miss out on the series because this is going for 7 years.
That's right. It's a real-time comic book. So for the next 7 years at least, you'll be seeing this. And I have one other title that I'm working on over the next 7 years. But the other title I'm going to work on forever. So I've decided until I drop dead.
Till you drop dead. All right. Well, I'm excited. So make sure that's the pre-orders down there. Make sure you add it to your pull list. You're going on Wednesday. Add it to your pull list, please. We'd really appreciate it. I'm going to remove that banner, that logo from your head, Matt, because it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good.
My bad, man.
My bad. All right. So speaking, since we're in the young adult, let's keep it kid friendly a little bit with Matt and Steph's book. So let's talk about Misfits Clubhouse, Little Red Wagon.
So the title is actually Sharks, Dragons, and Little Red Wagons. Not sure why it's listed as Little Red Wagons in the book or in previews, but it is what it is. But Sharks, Dragons, and Little Red Wagons is the next issue of our Saturday morning cartoons in comic form title, Misfits Clubhouse. Steph, do you want to tell them about the artist behind the cover there?
So that one is Raheel Mosin, who is the main artist.
That's Peter. That's Raimundo.
Okay, that's Raimundo's cover. That's Disney artist Peter Raimundo. So as we like to say, he drew a lot of our childhood. So he did Lilo and Stitch, Emperor's New Groove, Hercules. He's done a bunch of those Disney movies. He's a great guy. He's a good friend of ours. We've met him through the Florida Con scene. And after a few years knowing him, we're like, you know what, it's a no-brainer to have him do a cover for us. So, and he knocked it out of the park. It was really fun. And he actually is now writing his own set of children's books, and they're kind of ocean themed. So we're like, this is perfect.
Yeah. So that character that's on the main that cover there is it's the debut issue that's got Bruce McTutherson, aquatic investigator, in there. So that's the character that's on there. But our main character is Mickey, Fairy, Sloppy, and Stig, what's following behind him in the water. And as you can see on the other cover, that's a cover by Emily Reset, who she gets to get herself get a cover into the Diamond Previews catalog, and she's got the Backyard Bandits variant cover with our 4 kids, which one is a ferret and one is a sloth back there, playing in their little James Bond little version there.
No, it's really cool. I actually didn't realize that Emily's cover made it to the thing. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Until you just pulled it up right now, I didn't realize it was in there either. I knew it was supposed to be, but I hadn't seen it, so we didn't really talk about it much until right now. So we just learned something too.
It was fun. So that cover was pretty much all Emily's idea. We bounced around a few different ideas, and she came at us with this one, and we thought, that sounds interesting. And we said, you know what? We trust you. And we saw it, and we're like, this works, and we don't even know why it works, but it does. And so she did a great job with it.
But yeah, with Misfits Clubhouse, every issue is a series of short stories. Just think about if you turned on Looney Tunes, you don't see a 30-minute episode. You see 5 or 6 minute little shorts. So you've got Beach Bash Bonanza, Old Man Willow, Barrel Peril, and Bruce McTukerson, Aquatic Investigators, 4 short stories that are going to be in that issue.
Nice. And this is the second one, so you may be able to order the first one from the Scout Shop or from the Brad Shop or on your guys' next Kickstarter.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. Nice. All right. I think I'm going to do something weird here, and I'm going to go next because Jonathan's got a couple of books, and we've got to talk about CGI. I'm going to go next, which is strange, but I think I'm going to do that. I think that's the thing. So for me, it's actually a re-release. We're gonna come back out with Coins of Judas. Coins of Judas. We have 4 issues coming out this year. So to launch that right, we've collected the first 2 issues. Remember we're doing 2-issue arcs, so that'll be live this month. Again, diamond codes are there. If you missed Matt and Steph's, they were there a minute ago. All of them are going to be in the show notes. Again, you're going to the comic store tomorrow. Make sure you order it. Coins of Judas is about those mystery coins of Judas. Those coins that were used to betray Jesus now spawn demons, and these are 2 demon hunters. So it's very, very cool. We've got 2 covers to check out. And there's a lot of moving parts when I do this. We got the 2 covers. We got the 2 Staniak covers. You can't go wrong with Staniak cover. But we are back. So if you missed it for some reason, you can go ahead and get that, which is really cool. Hold on. Yo and Dope. Not sure who they were talking. Oh, it's me because 947. So, but I'm gonna assume it was the shark. And I'm just stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. If you would like to pick up that is the time. Now, this one I am super excited to talk about, Jonathan. Jonathan.
Yes.
You revealed that you're working with your wife, but you've never told us a damn thing about this book.
That's what I do.
No one knows a thing except for that Francesca is working with her husband on this book. So,
Right.
What's going on? Tell us about it. Let's see if we can get it up here.
So it's a one-shot, a 32-page one-shot coming out through Keenspot. It's called Can I Scream? And I like to elevator pitch. I like to call it a love letter to Stephen King's Firestarter. So it's about this mom and her son who are on the run and have to assume fake identities because the boy has this sonic scream power that he isn't able to control. So he's at a public school underneath a false identity, and his power gets released, and they have to move again. And it's it's a lot about the resentment that this mom has towards her own child, who can't help the fact that he has this curse or gift, the way however you want to look at it. It's just I think it's a really cool story, and it's fast paced like a lot of the stuff I write. And I hope people dig it. Yeah, like I said, it's a one shot, so very Twilight Zone or Black Mirror episodic style comic book that you just pick up and don't have to follow a ton of issues to get the whole story.
Nice. So you got 3 covers here. You got the main cover. You got holofoil, and then you got a blank sketch. So is there going to be some cool stuff we're going to want to draw on that blank sketch?
I'm sure. I mean, you pick up that sketch cover and see Francesca at a con. What would be cooler than getting a remark or something sketched by her on the book with the interiors too by her. So
That sounds like, this is the first time you've worked with Keen Spot. How is it to work with that publisher?
Oh, super easy.
Nice.
Francesca had done some variant covers for another book of theirs called Rebel Girls.
Mhm.
And, with this being a one shot, we kind of were limited to which publishers we wanted to bring it to.
Right.
So Keen Spot was like pretty much the only people that we pitched it to. I pitched it to other people before I had artwork. But of course, how that usually goes. But
Sure.
then when I had 8 pages done by Francesca Fantini, things really changed. So, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be fun to be able to, promote a book together, with both our names on it. It's exciting.
Nice. And then you're double upping this month on in Diamond. You're going to. Jonathan and I have not necessarily a competition. We always talk about how many times you were in Diamond. He beat me. He was in 11 times last year. I was only in 6. So, I mean, he beat me by quite a bit. I know Joseph's like, I used to have a whole publishing company inside. Like,
Right.
to catch up. But you're doubling up right now with Dream Master. So what's this? Dream Master came out last year. What's going on?
So if you missed Dream Master, you can get the full 5 issues. If your shop neglected to or forgot to or didn't carry it before, now you can get all 5 issues. Just tell your comic books store to get that reader pack. The issue 1 automatically comes as a variant, the variant that you see there by Vinzel Tab. And you get the full arc, the first volume 1. So I'm really excited that, it's being pushed, harder by the publisher. Black Box has been really cool.
Now, how does that come? So is it going to come in like one bag together? Is it going to come? Do you know how it comes at all by any chance?
No clue. I'm interested to find that out myself. I'm wondering if they just kind of just ship, in sets and 5s unbagged. I can't imagine Diamond bagging anything, to be honest with you. So we're lucky that they put it in boxes and not just
I'm not sure
everything in
I'm
newspaper.
stuff. I'm not sure I'm up to bag stuff based on how they handle boxes.
Yeah. But I'm seeing more reader packs from other publishers too. So this must be like something that Diamond's offering to maybe get a little inventory out. I don't know, but
and this is like most series, right? Like Joseph, what people are always looking for issue 7 of 7 years. Which one are people missing?
Issue 2 is the rarest. Yeah.
Hence why it
sure.
took forever for me to get it.
And the second printing of it is actually the rarest of the entire run. But yeah, trying to think what else. Issue 3 is pretty scarce, and issue 1, of course, is.
Yeah.
They went to 3 printings, so that's what it is. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I think so. CEX prints in Korea. So I think whenever they place their orders, there's not a heck of a lot of leeway, right? Like they're not stockpiling back issues of it in their warehouse. They just don't do that. They don't have the capability to do that. So they overprint by what they're supposed to, but it generally leads to a sellout.
Yeah.
nice.
And Kevin has made it. Hey, Kevin, are you there?
Look at that beard. Holy.
I'm saying, man,
You're
I'm
muted.
a little bit of beard envy over here, man. Good lands, Kevin.
You're muted, Kevin. I don't know if you can hear us, but
Oh, he can hear us. He
he
knows.
can hear
The
us.
beard,
Yeah, he's
the
stroking
beard
the
controls everything now.
All right. He's still trying to get stuff up. So we'll go to CJ next.
I
And,
am more man.
see what's going on with CJ. See if we can get CJ's book. Can you speak now, Kevin? You good?
I think you have to address the beard directly, and then perhaps.
You got to give 3 strokes and then speak, and then it'll be good. He had to reset his computer. We'll get it operational by the time we need to go to him. But we've got issue 4 of this little thing right here. This has been coming out every other month, CJ, and you just got comps, right? You got comps for the whole series?
I did, yeah. I'll hold them up here. Look at that.
Hold
Comp.
on, let me make you big. Hold on. I'll make you big and all by yourself, and I'll remove this thing that's blocking your face.
Yeah, comp day. Comp day is a great day. I just love unboxing them.
Right?
Yeah.
They made you wait till the end, though, huh? They made you wait till the full series is done to give you those comps.
Close, yeah, pretty close.
So yeah, let's talk about Interstellar Dust. Hopefully, people can still get 1 through 3, but let's talk about issue 4.
Yeah, so Interstellar Dust, this is the second volume. It's coming straight out of the Off-World 2-in-1 anthology that Antarctic put out in 2020 that contained Interstellar Dust and Hazel, and now Interstellar Dust is off on its own. So this is the second volume of that arc. Artwork with Igor Wolski for the first issue. He did the volume 1, and then Moy Rodriguez did the rest of the art. And it's really just continuing the story of an intergalactic prison vessel that breaks down in space, and a riot ensues on that vessel. And the surviving members of that crew and some of the less hardened criminals are now on their way to a true prison, and basically all the shenanigans that ensues from their arrival. I like to describe it as Con Air in space with the great Nicolas Cage, if we're all familiar with that movie. So that's kind of my pitch to it. And yeah, so we're done with this volume. Getting close. It's got great covers, and I'm gonna be working on volume 3 pretty soon. It's already scripted. I've got it off to the editor to look at, and then we're gonna get rolling on that here hopefully this year.
Nice. So you're thinking about getting volume 3 out this year?
I don't know that it'll get released this year, but
Okay.
we're going to get going creating it. Next 4 issues are done, like I said. It's in the editor's hands, and then Moy really wants to get back to drawing it. So, yeah, I'm hopeful to make this sort of my ongoing, but you know how the market is right now. It's challenging to do ongoing, so we're doing it sort of, I guess, and they just might come out a little bit slower, and that's okay.
All right. All right. Well, I want to wait for Kevin. So we're going to have to just talk about this year a little bit about what your predictions are for the year while I wait for Kevin. Because Kevin and Bob have two books coming out.
What is now you guys, are you all in Florida?
No.
Florida,
CJ is in Texas, but us 3 are, yeah.
I'm in
California.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, why did
I'm
I think you were in
California,
Florida?
just in Florida currently.
Okay, so you live in Portland, Oregon. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you do Rose City and every year.
Yeah. I took a couple of years off, and I'm going to do it again this year.
Right on. So, are the rest of you guys from the South doing MegaCon in a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
I'm not doing MegaCon.
No.
No.
Yeah, Matt's never done like he came one year and then
we did MegaCon in
We
2019.
did it once, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I think I was there the year that you were there.
Yeah.
Is that right, Travis?
Yeah.
I don't know if Matt was there that year. I don't think they were.
Oh, maybe it was 2020.
Yeah, because you were there 2020. Matt was back when
2021.
I was hanging out with
21.
Rob Anderson back in the Artist Alley back when Matt and Steph came to MegaCon.
Yeah.
That was a long
That
time
show
ago.
is crazy.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the biggest thing for us was just, we all know the economy is really tough in 2023, and a lot of shows raised their rates to get into the show. They lowered their ability for you to get in as a guest, and just had to be really careful about what shows we chose to go to start the year, because MegaCon being I don't know if you guys have seen, but being on the list from the guy who set up all the guest spots, he's like, MegaCon is completely full, and there's a lot of people that thought they were going to be a guest but had to get an Artist Alley table or had to pay for a guest booth, and just the financials just weren't there to make sense to go there and spend $1,000 just to get in the door to hopefully make that back and then maybe make some money on top of it. So we had thought about doing MegaCon this year but decided not to.
We may do it again
Oh,
some year.
yeah.
There's a lot of, when we're bi-coastal and I'm typically the one traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast all the time, there's always cost is always just a big factor.
What's the biggest show you're looking forward to doing this year?
Honestly, the biggest show that we do is called Spookala,
Yeah.
which, but that's not really from a comic perspective. Spookala is a horror and arts festival, and there are some comic stuff there. But I'm also the MC, so I get to do all the panel interviews, all the guest interviews. Last year I was on a panel with the Screamcast. I've done The Walking Dead. Had Batista and Michael Rooker last year. So we get a little bit of different angle from that show, but that show is actually really huge on the public marketing side more than the comic side.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. What about you, Jonathan?
No MegaCon for me this year.
What?
A lot of what Matt was saying. You know, I was a guest in the past. Didn't need to pay for a table in Artist Alley, and then this year it was like, sorry, but here's the Artist Alley application. I'm like, I can't do it. You know, it's too much of a risk. Just the hotels are too expensive.
Yeah, it's Orlando too, so
It's right smack in the middle of tourist town, so it's like you don't really have much options, even with like Airbnb and stuff like that. You're still hiking every day, so I'll skip it this year. And I think there's some benefit of skipping a con after going to it so many years in a row. There's that absence makes the heart grow fonder with the people that kind of expect you to be there, and then they show.
Well, and then you come back with a whole slew of new stuff the following year, right? Yeah.
Yep.
CJ, what show?
I'll do Rose City. I think that'll be the only one. It's local, so it's easy to get.
I'm going to be there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to fill out my app. So yeah, it's a cost, but I won't do anything far away. I'll attend some cons as a guest. I'll go to Emerald City because it's just a couple hours away, and I'll go attend as a guest. And there's some great creators up there that I get to see, like Eric Pilecki. He'll do a table, and a lot of other people will. So yeah, but that'll be it. I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff anyway. I'm just sort of starting out the last couple of years, so doing one show, my local show, is perfect.
And Travis, before we get to Kevin,
I'll be at MegaCon. I'm not talking. I'm there. I paid my dues. I'm gonna be there. I make money every year, so as long as I keep making money, I'll keep going. And Jonathan will be there too. He just doesn't know it yet. I was just on the phone today. Someone's like, "Hey, do you know if Jonathan's got a booth?" I was like, "I know he doesn't have a booth. Should I ask him to do this thing?" Yeah, I guess probably should. So he'll get a call tomorrow or the day after or the weekend of. Who knows? I'm not in control of that guy. But I'm excited about Baltimore. I really like Baltimore when I went. It's really sad because Joseph, one time we get to hang out once a year. Granite State Punk and Granite State Con and Baltimore are the same time. So
I know they reached out to me. They're like, "Are you doing Baltimore?" And I'm like, "I don't do Baltimore."
And you're like,
I did it once, and I was like, "Never again."
So, Kevin, can you hear us? Can you speak to us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah!
The beard
Finally.
is here.
All it takes is some bourbon and hot honey, and you get it moving. That
Right.
applies to most things in life.
So Bob didn't make it.
Shocking, I tell you.
He tried.
He didn't try, but that's okay. I hope he listens to this later and feels shame and is saddened.
Sad. But we have been waiting. We've been killing time to talk to you about the two books that the dynamic writing duo have coming out.
Oh, I like the phrasing of that. Can we steal that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks, Travis.
Yeah, absolutely. You can steal it. Just send me out a contract tomorrow. I'll sign it. It's fine. Because you got to have these things in writing, Kevin.
The check's in the mail, friend. The check's in the mail.
You're free of charge. This one, the first one's free. It's like crap. But this week, when they're in the stores, they're going to be picking up this book, number 2.
Number 2 comes out next week. Next week. I was wrong. So next week, the 24th. Mm-hmm. But that's the 4th cover, and that is absolutely my favorite cover of the 4 that Kelly did.
it's wild. It's a wild cover. It's a wild story. It was super fun, that first issue. It had all you guys' feelings, but it was so like straightforward. I was like, I know their jokes. Like, it's not. It was such unique writing experience because I've read so many of your books where it's kind of more straight laced, even though it's about giant scooters. So it's not going to be straight laced, but it was more straight laced a little bit. It was weird. I loved it.
We have never written horror before that. We've always like said we wanted to do some campy horror but like we called it B-movie horror because you can be stupid and do that, and we like stupid. I mean, we wrote a book about a giant satanic shark, so like we like stupid.
Right.
So we're like, how stupid can we get? And the answer was like, let's make something that would be on Mystery Science Theater that they would make fun of, but also be really good at being a B movie. So like when we sat down and decided to try and do that, that's what came out. And really it was for a kaiju anthology that we were supposed to take part in like, I want to say like 2017 or 18, something like that. And we did a 12-page short, and then we were like, why don't we use that thing? And then we made it into a way longer thing because Kelly agreed to do it, and Kelly's amazing. So
now did you publish that anthology thing and it was a whole thing and done, or
no? We did a script for it. We just did the script, and then the script was 12 pages. And what ended up happening was we were asked to pitch something to Mad Cave, and we didn't know what we wanted to pitch. So that was, we have like what Bob and I have is what we call an idea pile in our Google shared docs. So I went to the idea pile and said, well, this one is next. And that was the one that was next. I said, we'll just pitch that. I was like, I doubt they'll take it. So we it was our first one, and they were like, we love this. And it was crazy because we weren't expecting that at all. Nice. You never do. When you pitch to the publishers, you're never like, oh, they're going to love the first idea we give them. That's never the case, right? So this is the one time that this happened where it was like, well, they love the idea. And I was like, well, that's not what I was expecting to hear.
So, and then you have another one, which apparently I did not get your tracker up, so I'm going to have to kill time for a second while I do that. But and I don't even think you guys have really talked about this much because you guys have been promoting Skeeter, but a book that has been, was once a Kickstarter darling is now find a new home.
Yeah, we were able to find Dust Pirates publishing home with Keenspot, and that's in large part due to Rob Potchek, who goes by Potsy. He came to us and said that Keenspot would like something, and I said, we have this. It doesn't have a home. Would you like it? And they said, yeah. And we were, again, shocked that they just said yes. And Dust Pirate.
Oh, you broke up. Did we lose him?
Yeah, he's frozen.
It's more it's like that kind of thing.
We lost you for a second. Start over on what Dust Pirates is.
Dust Pirates is more like a summer blockbuster type of comic where it was like just a big like pulpy sort of the heroes are heroes and the villains are villains sort of thing that we decided that we were going to do with Tony Grigori, who worked on Ninja Turtles, and he's doing Rick and Morty right now, I think. And it was just a lot of fun to work on. And we have all those great covers that were Kickstarter exclusive trade covers that they decided they wanted to use for individual issues since we've already paid the artist. So if you have a trade with one of those covers, it will never be printed like that again. But those exclusive those individual issues for issue 1 will have the different covers too.
Nice. Oh, so this breaks out the trade. I was curious about that because nice. Okay.
The trade that we kickstarted that will break it into individual issues, and I think there is 3. So that it makes it into 3 issues, and then they will do a trade again at Keenspot, but it has a different cover.
Nice. Yeah, I am loving. I love this Joe Movie cover. I'm gonna put it back, but I love it.
And Joe's amazing. My personal favorite was actually Mac Chater's cover. because it looks like those old like Indiana Jones,
Let's
um,
get it. Let's
movies
get it
with-
big for you. There you go. Look at that. Yeah.
That's a Drew Struzan type of vibe to it, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of going to the movies when I was a kid.
See, if Joseph did that, he would add the old like broken effects on it, and then it would get like a 1 on CGC, even though it's a brand new cover.
Joe is a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I like Joe.
But yeah, so that again, that Dust Pirate is down at the bottom. You can order it. Get Skeeter. Make sure you haven't. Oh, if the banner's not running, what happened?
It seems to be a thing that's happening, but it's fine.
Yeah, your stuff is all broken. Everybody else is just fine.
I'm very broken as a man. That the beard explains it all. Look at me. I'm drinking bourbon. I'm a broken man, Travis. And
You're a broken man.
thank you, comics.
Well, you're one of the favorite people in comics. We don't have a relationship. I keep going. There was one time I said, I don't know if Bob and Kevin like me. And the person said, Bob and Kevin don't like anybody until they meet you in person. They have to feel your vibe. That's how they are as people. And I was like, you know what? I get that. And I respect that.
We like everybody usually, like most of the
Right.
time.
Most of the time.
Except
But-
for Joe Schmalke, but like nobody likes Joe. Like he's just mean. and grumpy. I'm kidding.
But
Joe
But
knows
yeah.
I love him.
we've got all these cool books. I'm going to go through real quick. We got Interstellar coming out. We've got Dust Pirates coming out. We've got Skeeter #4 coming out. We've got Can I Scream? We've got Coins of Judas, the collected edition. We've got 7 Years of Darkness, year 2 starting out. We got the Misfits Clubhouse. And we've got the Dream Master Collection. So all these amazing books are at, if you were at your comic store, go through the tape. It's going to be, there on YouTube. So just go write down the number and get it ordered, man, because we really appreciate it. We really need these stuff. Your comic store needs support. We need our numbers bigger so we can brag to other publishers, so we can get other bigger and better deals. So everybody needs this to happen. We need this whole thing to work. So if you guys can do that, that would be great. If anybody's watching, they have a quick question. We're going to wrap up here. I'm going to go around and tell everyone where they can find it. But if anybody's watching and has any questions, you can go ahead and do that. Leave them, and we'll go on before we leave. Justice Malky, where can people find you?
This year, I'll be at Emerald City in a couple of weeks, followed by Awesome Con. I sent Kevin the full list today, and I think those
I
are all
can
the
read it
shows.
off. I can read it off for them. I'm Joe Schmalke's assistant now. I got this. Send me the check, Joe. I need a check for this.
Is that what broke your computer? The list was so long.
It was. Joe Schmalke is very important, and he wants everyone to know and tell Bree I'm taking her job. So, Emerald City Comic Con, Awesome
Okay.
Con,
Okay.
C2E2, Motor City, Galactic Con, Heroes Con, Wicked Boston, Rose City, Granite State, and pending NYCC.
That's it.
All right. Matt and Steph, where can people find you?
Well, show-wise, we'll be at Collective Con in Jacksonville in March, and then we'll be at Spookala in Tampa in April. But online, you go to linktree.com//InSymmetry Creations, where you can pick up I Am Keto, which we literally just shipped out the last boxes for the Kickstarter today at like 5 o'clock. So we finally got that entire Kickstarter fulfilled, and we're going to be back on Kickstarter with the next Heirs of Isildur, The Perilous Prospects Book 3, on February 6th. So you can go to tinyurl /heirs TPP3 and follow that. That's the two best places you can go to hang with us now digitally, and then in those other shows right after that.
No, that's awesome. Joseph, is it at your studio or is it here? Do you have the hardcover sample of I Don't Kill Spiders? Because it looked amazing.
Yeah, We Don't Kill Spiders Volume 1 is on a boat right now. That was the one sample, and that was sent to me by Alex Schmidt. So, I should have it in the next day or two in my hands. She just sent me the photo of it today because they wanted to review it to make sure it wasn't effed up. So
It looked amazing. I can't wait to get my copy. That's so good. CJ, where can people find you?
I'll just be at Rose City, and then I'll be walking around Emerald City. So I'll say hi to anybody that's there. But I'll basically just be bothering my friends that are tabling there, probably, and shopping around for stuff. Otherwise, on my socials, and I'm always posting about comics and projects. And then I'm hanging out in your Discords, Travis. So I'm always there too.
That's true. Jonathan, where can people find- where are you going to?
As far as shows go, I don't have anything concrete, a bunch of maybes, but I'm going to be fulfilling Spill Blood very soon. So and Joe did an amazing cover for it. So I'm going to be doing some in-store signings for the retailers who backed that. Just don't have anything cemented on the calendar yet. And then as far as online, JonathanHedrickComics.com, the 3 major social media platforms. And should be launching another Kickstarter in March, but through Metal Ninja Studios. So that's going to be a new series, a new mini series coming up from me. And then I dropped a all ages comic book on New Year's Day called Atticus and the Magical Pillow Fort, chapter 1.
Yeah.
So hopefully people can go and check that out. And Capable number 2, the Advent Comics release, is in stores the end of this month. So
Nice. And then you got one more. You have a Kickstarter that you just announced today. That's not that you're hired as a writer.
Yes, another work for hire project from Brad Scott Studios called Time Served number 1 that launches next month. That's about a serial killer who survives his 600-year life sentence. And now what does he do? It's going to be really cool.
Is he a vampire?
No, he's not a vampire. But
Is he
let
a
me write that down for a later issue.
Is he a Highlander? Because I felt like that was the easiest way to get out of Highlander situation. Just get yourself put in prison multiple times, and then you just hang out. You'll be all right. You'll be it's hard to get a sword in there.
Just join a few gangs, get a couple conjugal visits every year, and life's good.
You're right. You're good. You're good. Kevin, where can people find you, both online and offline? Where can they hang out with that amazing beard and see it in person? And spend time with it.
This year we haven't booked too many cons. Joe and I were talking about this earlier, like he said, and I've been spending more time with my family the last couple of years. So mostly online. We'll be doing stuff like this, and we're doing a couple in-store signings. We just did one this past weekend in Winchester, Virginia for 4-Color Fantasy. Shout out to those guys at that shop because that was awesome for Skeeters, and it was an amazing signing. And we were planning we might go back there for New Comic Book Day. I know Kelly Williams will be there for New Comic Book Day. So if you didn't get a Kelly Williams signature on your 4-Color Fantasies exclusive Skeeters number 1, then Kelly will be there on New Comic Book Day to sign it. Bob and I are trying to come back. I don't know what my schedule looks like yet there, but online you can find me at Kevin_Cuff on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And on Instagram, I'm _right_cuff because nothing makes a good Instagram name like a New Kids on the Block joke.
And I am Travis Gibb. You can find me at travisgibb.substack.com. You can find me on Kickstarter because I will always have a Kickstarter live. This is one of the few times I do not. And that's probably just because they haven't approved me yet. No, that's exactly why it's not live. They haven't approved me yet. But we'll be doing all sorts of, we'll be hanging out. I'm going to do a lot more of these. I got a lot of more Diamond books coming out this year. So you guys are going to see me a lot, see my face doing some really cool stuff. So we'll do more of these because I really do believe that comic stores are struggling. We can help it. You can help it. Order these. You guys know these people from Kickstarter. You know them from other places. Order these books. Make sure you add it to your pull list. It's super important. Again, this helps build faith in our books, can build faith in the indie comics community going, oh, they want this Mad K book that I've never heard of. It doesn't have Dick Tracy. Why would I do that? CEX, brand new company. I think they're on year 3. They need extra things on shelves, so let's help get that all taken care of and get us all into Diamond. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Again, watch the replay and order those books. Let us know. Tag us that you ordered it at what comic store. But good night. I'm going to play my outro.
Ting.